next speaker, Gerald Speech. We are back on schedule again. No, we're not. We're running a little bit late. Excuse me, we're running a few minutes late here. Gerald will be speaking out of the Communication Manual, speech number 8. Get comfortable with visual aids. Would you like the podium left here, by the way?
Take it over there.
On the other side?
Yep.
Okay. And his speech title is Our Club's Public Relation Plan. Every Toastmaster that strives to achieve the Distinguished Toastmaster Award will be required to complete a High Performance Leadership Project, HPL. The HPL project is a practical workshop in which to learn leadership skills, put those skills into action, and receive feedback on your performance and progress. Gerald is our Vice President of Public Relations. He chose to develop and implement a club public relations plan, so this is benefiting not only him, but our whole club. Today, he will describe the plan and suggest what you and I, as members, can do to help promote the club. Please welcome Gerald Speech.
Well, when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for an HPL project, I had several project ideas in mind, and some were suggested to me. As some of you know, I'm a big fan of Dave Ramsey and have been through his Financial Peace University. And last fall, I had the opportunity to co-lead a Dave Ramsey class, and I thought one of my projects could be to actually lead the class. Another project idea I had is maybe putting on the area contest. And I chose not to do either of those because I've been through the Dave Ramsey course at least 4 times. I know it pretty well, and I didn't think it'd be a challenge. I've also put on the area contest several times, and I thought that's not really going to be much of a challenge. I'll be able to check the box off and achieve my HPL, but it won't be a challenge. I wanted to challenge myself. And as the Vice President of Public Relations, social media is becoming very big in our society, and Toastmasters is beginning to incorporate the social media aspect within the clubs. I'm not much up on social media. It's something I've been wanting to learn, so I thought, well, maybe for my HPL, I will do a social media public relations plan for our club. And so today I would like to talk about the club PR plan that I have developed with my HPL committee. Now, there's a difference between advertising and marketing and public relations. And this is what I like about public relations. Advertising and marketing is about buying and selling. It's about creating demand. And this is not what this is about. Public relations is about building relationships, connecting our club with the public. And that's something I'm really excited about doing with this social media. So today I'm going to outline our club PR plan. I'm going to tell you what I've accomplished so far. And I'm going to explain how you can help the club connect with people. Starting with the club plan. The purpose of the plan is to increase awareness through social media, print media, and radio and TV. Now this is quite a bit to do, and I've developed an outline with my HPL committee team members to achieve this through, hopefully, not hopefully, but we've set a deadline for June 1st. I go to the bush for work on June 1st, so I hope to have this plan completed by June 1st. The goals of this plan are to increase club membership. That's one of the things we do as a club is we bring in members. We've all found value within Toastmasters, and we want to share that. So one of our goals is to increase club membership. On average, Toastmasters has a 75% turnover rate each year. That means we constantly got to be recruiting new members to join our club. Also wanted to increase our club communications, increasing our communication with the public, but also increasing our communication with other members so they can keep abreast. We can't always make it to every meeting, but maybe through the social media we can visit the sites and learn about what's been going on at the club, and maybe that will stimulate us to attend more meetings. Which brings us to number 3, is increase that club participation and also to increase members' motivation to complete their manuals and get their educational awards. My committee and I, we selected a target audience for this plan. Our target audience is current Toastmasters, former Toastmasters. I run into a lot of folks who used to be in Toastmasters, but for whatever reason decided they weren't going to attend or become members, and maybe by seeing the activities we're doing on social media, they might be motivated to come back. Also wanted to target Fairbanks citizens, people who are not members. Maybe they'll see something in the newspaper, on TV or radio or on the social media, and they might want to come join. Media personnel, since I will be working with local media organizations, they're also my target audience, as well as maybe area businesses, HR professionals who might want to utilize Toastmasters for their employees. And then it is also suggested possible the local clergy. Sounds like some of our preachers in town are maybe a little boring, and maybe Toastmasters could help them not only fill Toastmasters, but maybe fill the pews in their churches. And we came up with 12 objectives, and that's to get our club on Facebook, get a YouTube page going for the club, announce our club meetings on meetup.com, begin to post things on Instagram and Twitter, maybe get our club on LinkedIn, Pinterest. I'm also looking to do radio announcements. If you haven't listened to Charlie O'Toole lately, he has been announcing our club meetings on Charlie O'Toole in the morning. I'd also like to get on the radio personally and maybe be interviewed. My really big goal, and I'm excited about, is getting on TV. I'd really like to try and get on TV to promote our club. And I want to write a couple of newspaper articles as well as a couple of PSAs this spring. Now, so far, what I've accomplished is we've got our Facebook page going. We've got a page and a group under the alias of Mike Smith. So if you see Mike Smith friend you, that's the club page.
That's what that was.
Yes. You have to have some kind of alias in order to form a page. We do have a YouTube. We have a YouTube site. It's on the, you can find it on our club website. There's a link that'll take you there. There's nothing you're going to see on it yet, but we're working on it. We do have a meetup announcement, and I've been actually getting a lot of responses through that. We've started an Instagram and a Twitter, and we're on LinkedIn. We're not on Pinterest yet. Again, Charlie O'Toole has been announcing our club meetings between 6 and 7 a.m. on the mornings. I have yet to work on the interviews. Last fall, I wrote a newspaper article, and that was received positively. I hope to do 2 more. Haven't done any PSAs yet. That's what I've accomplished so far. I've got more to do. However, I want to ask you, as the club members, to help me out and to help the club out. So if we could pass these around for me. Send half your way. Send half. These are some things that you can do to help the club to connect the public and other members through social media. The first thing you can do is go to our club website and add your picture and a short bio to our club website. So that way when visitors come, they can see our members and see maybe how Toastmasters has helped them or what they've done in Toastmasters. You'll friend us on Facebook. If you hear and see the name Mike Smith, that's our club's alias. We do have both a page and a group. We're still debating about which is most appropriate for our club. Might be both, it might be the group, depending on how we decide to go with it. If you can visit meetup.com and look at, and we have a link on our club homepage for that. It'll take you right there. Just click I'm going. Even if you're not going, when people come to Meetup and they see the meeting announced and they only see like 2 members going, they might not come thinking that there's not anybody coming, even though there's a lot of people going. So if we can show on the website that we have a lot of members attending, it might motivate them to attend. Visit our YouTube channel. There's not much there yet. I have been posting some videos on our club website and on the YouTube site. Follow us on Twitter. So far this morning we have 5 followers. So if you're on Twitter and you like Twitter, you can follow us. Follow us on Instagram. We've just started that. And so we're going to be attempting Instagram. Again, we have Mike Smith has started on LinkedIn a club page. If you're on LinkedIn, maybe you go visit Mike Smith. And again, we're working on some of the other social media platforms, so stay tuned. Lastly, be patient. I don't really know how to do all this. It's part of my goals is to learn how to do this. And if you have any ideas on how to best use social media, I'd love to hear them. And we're going to use what works, and whatever doesn't work, we'll just get rid of it as we go. And lastly, if you can allow us to take your picture or videotape your speeches and post them to the club website or to the YouTube account or Instagram or Twitter, we would definitely appreciate that. The club officers are thinking about how to best get your permission. We have some examples of waivers and permission slips, and we'll be presenting that as we go. Right now, I've just been sending an email asking for your permission, and that way I have at least an electronic version of your permission. So I've talked about the plan and what we've accomplished so far and how you can help. I want us to think about this as not so much as promoting or advertising, but think about how we can touch people and build those personal connections. Public relations is about building relationships. Mr. Toastmaster.
All right, we are running 11 minutes behind. We're inviting up Carolyn Curley, our general evaluator, and I would encourage everyone to be as short as possible.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Those were comments I was going to suggest too. Due to the timing.
One of the things you're supposed to do, Mel, is to incorporate everything that you've learned so far. This is number 7, which is your number 8. Excuse me, it is number 8. You're correct. All the things that you learned, the vocal variety, the humor, the gestures, everything you've learned, you incorporated very well. I love the title, Elf on a Shelf. Very intriguing. Like Melania brought me right in off the bat. It's a good introduction. The fact that you were reciting a song and you forgot part of it didn't throw you, but you should have known it. In that kind of a situation, you need to rehearse that to the point where it's just, whoa, you can backwards and forward. In a more professional setting, you should really rehearse that. Maybe in the car, sing it. But make sure you really have that down to a science. I love the pictures, they're very creative. Now, the ending, Mel, you had the perfect ending. You said, all night long. We paused. What you should have done is gone, Mr. Toastmaster. And that would have been a very nice finish. We could have went, so think about it. Thank you. Mel. So, you work on your ending. Stop thinking. Okay? Because you had a really great ending. All night long, pause, and just Mr. Toastmaster. Like Gerald Speech did a perfect example of how to do that. One last thing, backup plan. When you got up here, you had a little bit of a glitch, and I'm kind of held my breath for you, but you got back on track, and I don't know if you had a backup plan if it worked what you would have done if that hadn't worked for you. So make sure you have a backup plan. And that, Mel, it was a great speech. It was fun. It was entertaining. The pictures were superb. Just work on your ending. Work on, if you have something to memorize, make sure that you know that backwards and forward. Okay.
Our third evaluator, Mike Bradley, will be evaluating Gerald's speech. Thank you.
Gerald, great speech. You were well organized, and this called for at least 2 visual aids, and you had those with your handout and with the flip chart. And I just love the throwback to the flip chart. You don't need any power. You can do it anywhere. You can carry it with you. Your flip chart, you spent a lot of time on it. It looks like you changed up the colors and variation. So it really caught my attention, and I followed it as I followed your speech. And it just seemed to flow really well when you had your objectives lined out and who you were going to go out to and what you had done. Excellent, excellent speech as far as just the organization of it and the flow of it. You seem to overcome this white noise, like it's an old hat for you. I didn't even notice it during your speaking. You just overcame it perfectly. The only thing I could give you some constructive criticism on was, I don't know what happened that first sheet. I don't know if I looked down or something, but I heard it like crumple up or go somewhere, and that the vision of just someone with writer's block sitting there going crumpling something up and throwing it in the wastebasket went into my, just caught me, took me away from your speech just for a quick second. But then later on, it seemed like you caught up to it, you were prepared, you pulled the bottom part of one off and flipped it over. I don't know if that was meant for the first flip chart to be ripped off or not, but I just found it slightly distracting, not a deal breaker at all. They wanted you to use some body language, and you did a really good job of going from one side to another. You weren't just stationary, and you used your hands a fair bit, and I noticed a decent amount of body language. Well prepared, well researched speech. And with that, I can't give you much else. Thank you.
Before we start the timers report, there are papers on front of the middle of the table. You will fill out for the best speaker and the best evaluator today, and then once you have voted, please pass them back to the timer. At this time, I'll go ahead and, Marissa, are you ready for the timers report?
The educational minute was 1 minute 29 seconds. The 3 speeches were all supposed to be between 5 and 7 minutes.